Hey, good afternoon this time. I'm starting a little late today, but we're going to continue our daily coding here with chapter 11, loops and conditional statements. In the last video, we wrote a function to help us out with today's video. So a bunch of random coordinates here and test running it. See, we got a list of random coordinates here in a format that we can't use. That comes out as like tuple pairs. So the first exercise that we have on the docket today is to create a list of tuples representing coordinates, latitude and longitude, and then write a loop, a for loop that prints each coordinate and indicates whether it is in the northern or southern hemisphere based on the latitude. Okay, so northern hemisphere equals a north latitude, i.e. positive, i.e. 0 to 90 degrees. Equals south latitude, i.e. negative, i.e. 0 to negative 90 degrees. So that's going to be our test condition. I do want to start by generating a new list of unformatted variables. So let's do random coordinate generator. And there's a website that I liked last time. It's not these two. Which website was it? Give me a sec. I'll research my old video here to find out which website it was. Let me Google search like random list of coordinates and then random location generator from randomlist.com. There we go. All right, I like this one because I can just change the quantity to like 5. We're gonna still work with 5. You know what? Let's work with 8. Just give ourselves more options here. All right, so excuse me while I copy and paste this. We're gonna call these random chords, and we're gonna format these as a list. Yep, so we'll do this 8 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh, what is going on here? Go away, add. All right. So if we've written our formula correctly in the last video, we should be able to take these results here and have no issues. we've written it wrong, well, then we didn't account for an error, I guess. So this is going to help us do the first criteria of generate a list of tuples, because the format that we have this in right now is not a list of tuples. It's a list of strings that are formatted inappropriately. Or like formatted in a non-usable way. I don't think there's anything inappropriate about how they're formatted. So our function is called chord list, and it takes the input is a list of coordinates. Really just call this like list of coordinates. All right, so chord list, and we want to take random chords. We want to define that as the let's say chords tuple, and then we'll print chords tuple, and we'll also, let's do that. All right, now looks like these are formatted correctly. Now for the for loop that prints each coordinate and indicates whether it's north or south. So first we will print each coordinate. So we'll do that by doing for I in chords tuple print I. You can see there we printed each tuple. Now we need to give it some logical operators. Say if it's the northern hemisphere or the southern hemisphere. So the latitude is going to be the first value in the list. So we're going to be looking at these values here. Then we need to know how to reference the okay. We'll do it this way. For that long Yeah, I need to get, so it starts as a list. Let's see here. Yeah. All right, we're gonna do it this way. We want to isolate the lat and long from each other, which this will do here. Now that we are doing that, I verified that's working. If lat is greater than 0, and lat is less than or equal to, less than or equal to, greater than or equal to 0 and less than or equal to 180. Print. All right, let's see. Okay, yeah, it's a string, so I need to make this. Hope it doesn't. Those are coming through as strings. I don't really like that. I wonder if I can change. I don't want to do a string conversion here, so I wonder if I can change these into a string back in my function here. See if this works. Convert these into floats. All right, so I went back and changed the function to make these floats inside the function. So when I go and rerun this, you'll see these will change and not have they won't be strings anymore. Okay. Now, all right, I don't know what the hotkey is. It's supposed to be Control K. It's the thought to uncomment all the lines at once. But let's see what this works. All right, we have an error here. This one says this latitude is in the northern hemisphere. Apparently all these random examples basically in the northern hemisphere, which isn't the most helpful for us. In terms of north, north, south, north, 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 north. Okay, so we only need to fix the one. Less than or equal to 0 and greater than or equal to negative 180. I missed this. If you're watching the video, you probably saw this just fine. And I've got the correct. So my logic was correct. I just had the print statement wrong. Okay. Write a for loop that prints each coordinate indicates whether it is in the northern or southern hemisphere based on the latitude. Success. Cool. Okay. So now we want to create a list of coordinates for exercise 2. And write a while loop that continues to print each coordinate until it encounters a coordinate with a negative latitude. All right. So we're going to go ahead and print our chords tuple. All right. So now they're in tuples, but now we need to create a list of coordinates. We need to, all right, okay, they are in a list of coordinates. Yep. Now we're going to write a while loop. While chords tuple is greater than or equal to 0 and excuse me, oh my gosh, on video. So to backtrack just for a second, the reason why in this conditional logic I used an and instead of a or is because the and will make sure that both of these conditions are true when it factors in the result. If I had an or, it would find any coordinates that were greater than or equal to 0 or any coordinates that are less than or equal to 180. Now, this negative coordinate here is less than or equal to 180. So if I had used an or statement here, this negative coordinate would qualify as would get processed as a northern hemisphere. So you have to use this and logic. So we'll keep that persistent in this while loop as well. Print. Let me let's go ahead and let's just go ahead and we need to make an and condition for this while loop. So shoot. There we go. While I'm going to just call this counter. I don't need to do this. I just want to counter equals 0. While counter is less than 3. We need, where am I? Okay. Wild chords tuple is good. All right. Print. For lat long in chords tuple. For lat long in chords tuple while chords tuple while chords and a while loop in condition. So it doesn't really need a come on, man. Like, comment these things out. Control C, I just did it. Thank you. Yeah. Okay. Print lat long. For lat long and chords tuple. Print lat. I feel like it should have. I feel like it should have. When the lat wasn't that, it should have ended, but it didn't. Okay. Because it's not breaking out of the 39.32. That's what the problem is. Okay. Then while lat is greater than or equal to that, we want it to print it, and then we want it to like break or end or something. So okay, I need it to end and then do the next part of the for loop. And I think I don't want it to break. We can stop the loop. Maybe continue. Ice cream truck just drove by and it's kind of distracting. Okay. Break. Okay, so in this instance, we got it to run and left out the negative coordinate, but we want it to actually stop iterating completely. So let's try the else. While I don't think this is going to work though. Yeah, so now it's not, okay, so let's break else, and then we want it to stop completely. All right. Now I need to tell this thing to stop completely. Gotta say, there aren't, this book is helpful, like, to familiarize yourself with the loops, like but like it actually isn't that informative on how to do anything intensive with a while loop. So just have to research it online. Can I do the else in here? Nope. Yep. What am I doing wrong? Reverse the order, maybe? Why is this control? Come on, man. There we go. Okay. Maybe I go back to this. Stop the loop once the condition is met. Kind of defeats the purpose. All right, I'm gonna skip this one for now. I'm gonna go down to the exercise 3. Something I'm just not getting with this while loop for some reason today. Okay, create a list of coordinates and use a for loop to iterate over them, which we've done. For lat long, chords tuple. Use an if-else if statement inside loop to classify. All right, I feel like we've done this. Oh, this is going to be for longitude. All right, if longitude is greater than or equal to 0 and longitude is less than or equal to 180. Also, all this stuff here before was supposed to be 90. So, yeah. Just didn't write it. This is like the same thing we did earlier, except for it's going to be, the values are going to be 0 to 180. Yep. Let's see. Western, western, eastern, western, eastern, 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 western. Yep. I guess technically it's correct. If the longitude is equal to 0, then print the latitude I don't know, what is it, 0? If longitude is 0, what does that mean? It's the prime meridian. The latitude is at the prime meridian. Okay. Now, filtering data with combined loops and conditionals. Given a list of coordinates, filter out and store only those located in the southern hemisphere. Count the number of coordinates that meet this condition. Okay. We'll take our for loop that we just wrote. Let's just go ahead and comment out these print statements. We need to create a empty list to store values in. So we'll call them Southern Hemis chords, and we'll have an empty list. Now, we are going to want, it's going to be our latitudes that we're going to be looking at here. Yeah. Man, I am... Quite honestly, I can do it this way. If latitude is less than 0 and latitude is greater than or equal to 180 or negative 90, then we want to append it to the list. I.e. coordinate is in the southern hemisphere. Then we want to southern hemis dot append quartz tuple. Else and then we want make a counter here too. do count. We'll do it as a global variable. We'll do it as a global variable. Add. Change the count up by 1. Else. I don't know, like just nothing happens. Let. Okay, yeah, there we go. We don't have to do anything in an if else statement because we just want it to do nothing. And okay. Yeah, there we go. Generating and analyze random coordinates. Write a program that generates random coordinates. All right. I think Qiusheng Wu wrote a way in here maybe to do that. I guess there's a okay. I'm going to actually do this exercise 5 in a separate video because this video is already like 45 minutes long. Let's see if we can finish exercise 2. I don't know. Yeah, it needs a I need to iterate. I have to iterate through each item. So I mean I think I have to use a for loop here. I think I have to start with a for loop. I don't think I can do it Oh, you know what? Let's try counter equals 0. While counter Okay, so if we use a counter like that, then we'll build a process. We'll be able to like use a while loop, like a for loop kind of, to print each coordinate out on an individual line. So if lat is greater than 0, print while fudge. I don't know why I'm having such trouble with this one. Maybe I need to like have it. How do you just get it to? All right, I'm gonna research this one more too and put it in the next video. I definitely have to do something with my logic on the I have to provide the correct end condition. And I'm not getting that right now. So some homework for myself, and I will find the result. I'll show the result once I figure it out. Thanks. I'll now see you in the next one.